Happy Wednesday, scholars. We're going to have a wonderful day of teaching and learning. Let's get started with the morning announcement.
Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Bobcat affirmation. Good morning, Scenic Hills Elementary students and staff. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Bobcat affirmation.
Now, every day, all of the Bobcats within our Scenic Hills School should strive to display our foundational values. In order to do this, you must think about the 3R approach, which is to be respectful, be responsible, and to always be ready to learn. As we continue to focus on our word for the month, responsibility, remember it is related to our foundational value to be responsible. The definition of responsibility is being accountable for what you do, for your actions, and your behavior. This involves doing the right thing at the right time, all of the time, so others can trust and depend on you. Today, our example of responsibility is Caden Carter. If you look, Caden is sitting out front, waiting to be picked up by his mother. He has his backpack on his back, but beside him, you see a second backpack, that purple backpack. You see that backpack? That backpack belongs to his sister, Kaylee. His sister had Palm Squad practice on yesterday, and Caden took her backpack home with him. Kaylee didn't have to worry about whether or not Caden would get her backpack to the right place because she knows that he would do the right thing at the right time all the time, and she knew she could trust and depend on him to take her backpack home and that it would be safe and exactly where it was supposed to be. This is an excellent example of how you can be responsible. Being responsible is what we've been talking about all month long. We just have one more day tomorrow. And then on Friday, we are going to get a new focus word because it's going to be October. I can't believe that this month has just passed by so quickly. But I can't wait to continue to feature our Bobcat scholars who are exhibiting the focus word of the month. We don't have any birthdays today, but tomorrow maybe we'll have a birthday or two. See you soon. Today's classroom spotlight goes to our third grade scholars. We are so proud of how our brilliant Bobcats were courageously concentrating as they worked to master elapsed time. Awesome job. Keep making us proud. So boys and girls, we are going to add a word of the day to our morning announcements. Thank you, Ms. Carol, for providing us with the word of the day. Some mornings you will hear my voice. Other mornings you will hear Ms. Carol's voice doing the word of the day. Today's word of the day is transmission. Transmission. So what we are looking for when we come across a word that we may not know, we look to see if there is a prefix, a root, or a suffix that we know the definition of, and that will help us figure out what the word means. So our word of the day has all three. A prefix. Now, a prefix is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word. And when you add a prefix to the beginning of one word, it changes it into another word. So, our prefix for this word is trans. And trans means across. Now, after we do our prefix, we look to see if there is a root. And our root word is, so the root is the core of a word that is not, it's not something that you can break down into smaller elements. It's a single unit which can be left by itself that you can attach a prefix at the beginning or a suffix at the end so that you can form a word. So our root is miss, and miss means to send. So we have our prefix of across, we have our root, which is send, and now we want to discuss our suffix, which is at the end of the word and in that red box. So, if we look at our suffix, and that suffix is ION. And so, just to make sure that you know the definition of a suffix. So a suffix is a morpheme that is added to the end of a word. An end of a word. And so when you place this at the end of the word, or if we place this affix after the stem of a word, it actually helps us to form a different word. So ION means the act of. So we have across, send, and the act of. Let's see if we can figure out what transmission means. So we have the act of sending across. That's what transmission means. The act of sending across. So remember, anytime you see TRANS in a word, it means across. When you see MIS, it means send. When you see ION on a word, it means act of. So let's look at our sentence to see if we can figure out what transmission actually means. So we're going to read this sentence. It says, NASA received a transmission from across the galaxy. Could aliens really be out there? Transmission, the act of sending across. So look at this sentence. You see that context clue says across, from across the galaxy. That's a clue to help us know that transmission means to send something across, the act of sending across. So that's our first word for our 30, 30, 30. So teachers, if you would add, you could add trans, you can add miss, and you can add ION to your 30-30-30 wall. Let's have a great day. Right, today in our school-wide events and activities, we have so much going on today. So, as a reminder, we are having basketball tryouts this afternoon. If you haven't already done so, you have the opportunity to go and see Coach Taylor so that you can get your form signed. So you could take this form out to the car at dismissal, get your parents to sign it, and come back into the building to try out for the Bobcat basketball team. The tryouts will be held today and tomorrow. This is for our scholars in grades 3 through 5. Any scholar in grade 3 through 5 can try out for our Bobcat basketball team. This morning, when we begin lunch, we will also be having our Grandparents' Day drive-by celebration. I truly, truly hope that you invited your grandparents to come to our drive-by celebration today, so that we can call you down. When we call you down, scholars, what you would do is you would get a gift for your grandparents. You will take it outside, you will give that gift to them, and then we're going to take a picture of you with your grandparents so we can put your grandparents on our grandparent wall of fame. So you see in this picture, we have Hope and Alaska, and they brought their grandparents to our first event, Popsicles and Pizza with Principal White this summer. And so they can go on our wall of fame already. They've already been here. I bet they're going to be here because if I know Hope in Alaska, they invited them to today's drive-by Grandparents' Day. I can't wait to get an additional picture of them and your grandparent as well. We also will be taking our Reading Mastery Connect test today. That makes this an opportunity for you to earn an out of uniform pass. Make sure that you are courageously concentrating as you are taking your Mastery Connect test today in reading. The other events that we have on today include the Title I meeting. So your parents have two opportunities to log in and help you earn an out of uniform pass. So the first is that the first Title I meeting is held this morning in about 30 minutes at 8:30. Your parents have already been emailed the link, so all they have to do is log in at 8:30 today. But your job is when your parents pick you up at dismissal today, you need to ask them, did you log in for the Title I meeting at 8:30 this morning? And if they tell you no, please tell them they have one more opportunity to help you earn an out of uniform pass if they log in at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. today. Now, the last way that you can earn that out of uniform pass is to have your parents to visit with your teachers from 4:30 until 5:30. All they have to do is log in on the computer. Your teacher has emailed them the link. Remember, that's 5 opportunities to earn an out of uniform pass. Grandparents' Day, the Title I meeting, open house, and for your 2 Mastery Connect tests that you are taking this week. If you courageously concentrate and you have talked to your grandparents and your parents about attending our 2 events, you could be out of uniform every day next week. I can't wait to pass out my certificates for all of the grandparents who attend today and to give all of my scholars their out of uniform passes. Remember, every day we're building brilliant Bobcats because we are raising the bar by believing in ourselves, achieving our goals, and reimagining our future. We will conclude our announcements with our victory roar. Say it with me. Together we must believe. Together we will achieve. Together we are reimagining 901. Have a fantastic day of teaching and learning.